Oh, howdy, gang. Jeff from G's Gear here, knocking out some guitars this evening that we're about to add to our store at reverb.com. G's Gear at reverb.com. And we've got, I think, 5 guitars to do tonight, and there's some really cool ones in there. We're starting off with a great little instrument here. This is a rather rare instrument, actually. This is a Washburn Style E, made by Lyon Healy in Chicago, somewhere between 1923 and 1928. What's rare about this guitar is the size of it. This is a concert-size guitar, which was a special order only. Typically, the Style E was a parlor-sized guitar with a 13-inch lower bout. The concert-sized guitar has a 14 and 3/16 lower bout. And like I say, in the catalogs, these were special orders. And this one is in really remarkable shape for an instrument that's now 100 years old, or maybe a little more. It has had a good bit of work done to it here at the shop, a couple major issue repairs, and a lot of little fixes, little minor things. But we'll get into that in a minute. I'll just kind of give you a rundown on what it is and when it is, and what it has to do with American guitar making. The Lyon Healy guitars, particularly the Washburn guitars, which were made by Lyon Healy from the 1880s or so up until the 1930s. Those guitars tended to be very ornate, and you see them with very elaborate inlays and lots of interesting binding work that's done on them. But after the First World War, the decision was made at Washburn to simplify and make the guitars a little more austere looking, which probably had a financial consideration of addressing the market that existed then and getting the most bang for their buck when they sold a guitar. So their guitars in the post-World War I era tend to become much simpler looking. Very simplified inlays, very plain bodies, plain bindings. And that's what helps us to date this one. The Style E was available for a pretty good length of time, but this is from 23 to 28. It is a Adirondack spruce top on top of mahogany, back and sides. And it's a really lovely book-matched mahogany on this one. A mahogany neck with that deep V profile. Not quite as hard a V as you see on some guitars of the era, but it's still got that real nice chunky feel to it. The old original Washburn tuners, a Brazilian rosewood fretboard, and a Brazilian rosewood bridge. They often refer to this as a smile bridge. And when it came into the shop, it at some point in its life, someone had added a pickguard to it. These originally came without pickguards, and they added kind of a floating pickguard to it in order to help hold a jury-rigged, de-armand monkey on a stick pickup, a guitar mic, where they took the stick part of it and the bracket and chucked that. There was no way to attach it. And the owner of the guitar, before we got it, had fashioned a very crude kind of wire, I don't know what you would call it, just a harness that screwed down on either side of the sound hole and held this guitar mic in there. It's the wrong microphone, wrong pickup for a guitar like this. So we removed that. We removed the pickguard. We filled in the holes. There were no cracks or open seams on the body of the guitar at all. The heel of the guitar was cracked, and that had to be taken apart when we did the neck reset, which the guitar also needed. And so we had to re-glue the neck heel. We took the neck off, did a proper neck reset, made a new bone saddle for it, cleaned and lubricated the tuners, which worked beautifully, and leveled and crowned the frets. And that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot left on the guitar after that. But we did those things, adjusted the nut slot heights, and we have a guitar with a very nice very straight neck. There's almost no relief in the neck. And it plays at a 5/64 of an inch action on either E here at the 12th fret. It's 12 frets to the body. So again, it's a 14 3/16 inch lower bout. The entire guitar is only 38 inches long, but it has a 24 3/4 inch scale, which is really very comfortable. And it's a great guitar for fingerstyle playing. You can take a flat pick to it, which I'll take a flat pick to it. It sounds great with a flat pick, but I really love it fingerstyle. It's got a big sound. In my own collection of guitars, I primarily play large-bodied guitars. I like jumbo acoustic guitars. I play a J100, a J200, Loudon F23. I've got a big Guild. I've got a number of archtop guitars in that 16 to 17 inch lower bout width. Big instruments. I was never really one for parlor guitars, but I'm getting into them. And this one's keeping me there because this guitar has a lot more sound to come out of it than I really expected. And it's very nicely balanced. So what else is there to say about it? Again, the work we did was pretty straightforward. I didn't have to do any bracing work. Oh, I should say this on the back of the guitar. This will show up on the website at the store. You can see the photographs in high definition. You may not see it here, but on the back it says Style E. It has an X underneath it, and then it's Washburn down here. Inside the body, it's branded as a Lyon and Healy. The X typically meant that the guitar was X braced. I don't want there to be any confusion. This is not an X-braced guitar. This has what's called a canted ladder bracing, which means that it's primarily a ladder-braced guitar, but one of the ladders is put on an angle, and just for the sound that they wanted to get out of the instrument. But it is a ladder-braced instrument, whether it was originally intended to be X-bracing or the neck was for an X-braced guitar and something else happened, I don't know. But it is a ladder-braced guitar. It's got a 1 3/4 inch wide nut. It's very comfortable for fingerstyle playing. It's not overly large like you might get on a classical guitar. So it's very comfortable. The neck is chunky, but it's as, thin as a standard Gibson or Martin. It's not something really big like you get on an old K. These guitars, the Washburn guitars, the Lyon and Healy guitars in that early part of the century were on a par with Martins and Gibsons. They were very well made. They're very popular instruments. So there you have it. It's G's Gear at reverb.com. It's also at our website, www.gear.com, GEES-GEAR. There today. These guitars don't show up on the market very often. They don't last very long. And we will have it priced attractively given the fact that we had to repair the neck heel. It's a little bit of a scar there. You can kind of feel it. It doesn't get in the way of anything, and it's rock solid. But that'll keep the price down a little bit. Other than that, this thing structurally is wonderful. and it plays really well. If you're into old-timey music, you might want to consider having an old-timey guitar. That's where it sounds best. That's where it really sounds natural. All right, we'll figure something to play to take us out of here, and we'll get on to our next guitar, which I think is going to be yet another old parlor guitar. Thanks for checking us out. Drop us a line with any questions you have. We'll see you on the flip side. I got nothing up my sleeve. I feel like Bullwinkle here.